Welcome to your free English lesson. This series will focus on contractions. This lesson will cover subject plus auxiliary and linking verb contractions. It is important to write when you are asked to. It helps you to learn. You can use a whiteboard, but ideally a notebook would be best. That way, you can keep a record of your learning. There are 5 intended learning outcomes to achieve by the end of the lesson. 1. We are learning to define what a contraction is and explain its purpose. 2. We are learning to identify common subject and auxiliary and linking verb contractions. 3. We are learning to recognise the 2 words that make up a contraction. 4. We are learning to use an apostrophe correctly to form contractions. 5. We are learning to expand contractions into their full forms. Contractions are shortened forms of 2 words. They are used in speaking and informal writing to sound more natural and conversational. They help us speak faster and more fluently. They are very common in everyday English. Contractions are made by combining 2 words and replacing some letters with an apostrophe. For example, did not becomes didn't. Notice the apostrophe, its shape and placement, and how it replaces the letter O. Here is a list of common contractions. These contractions are made up of the subject and the verb to be. It is an auxiliary verb when it is helping a verb to show the present continuous tense. It is a linking verb when it comes before a predicate noun or predicate adjective that renames the subject. This is the full list. Remember, when 2 words are separate, they are in their full form. I will read the words. I will pause. When I pause, you say the words. I am. I'm. Notice the apostrophe replaces the missing letter A. You are. You're. Notice the apostrophe replaces the missing letter A. He is. He's. Notice the apostrophe replaces the missing letter I. She is. She's. Notice the apostrophe replaces the missing letter I. It is. It's. Notice the apostrophe replaces the missing letter I. We are. Where. Notice the apostrophe replaces the missing letter A. They are. There. Notice the apostrophe replaces the missing letter A. Here are some examples in sentences. By reading them in sentences, we can understand the meaning through context. I will read the sentence. I will pause. When I pause, you say the sentence. I'm pleased to see you. In its full form, I am pleased to see you. You're always so kind. In its full form, you are always so kind. It's very hot. In its full form, it is very hot. We're running late. In its full form, we are running late. They're moving house. In its full form, they are moving house. This is the common misconception of its and its. Its, ITS, without an apostrophe, shows possession. Something belongs to it. It is a possessive determiner. Possessive determiners do not use apostrophes. My, your, his, her, its, our, their. For example, its tail. The tail belongs to the dog. Its, it apostrophe s, is a contraction of it is or it has. For example, it's raining outside. In its full form, it is raining outside. It's been a long day. In its full form, it has been a long day. Here is a list of common contractions. These contractions are made up of the subject plus auxiliary verb to have. This is the full list. Remember, when the two words are separate, they are referred to as being in their full form. I will read the words. I will pause. When I pause, you say the words. I have. I've. Notice the apostrophe replaces the missing letters H and A. You have. You've. Notice the apostrophe replaces the missing letters H and A. He has. He's. Notice the apostrophe replaces the missing letters H and A. She has. She's. Notice the apostrophe replaces the missing letters H and A. It has. Its. Notice the apostrophe replaces the missing letters H and A. We have. We've. Notice the apostrophe replaces the missing letters H and A. They have. They've. Notice the apostrophe replaces the missing letters H and A. Here are some examples in sentences. By reading them in sentences, we can understand the meaning through context. I will read the sentence. I will pause. When I pause, you say the sentence. I've finished. In its full form, I have finished. You've been helpful. In its full form, you have been helpful. He's gone to school. In its full form, he has gone to school. We've decided to go. In its full form, we have decided to go. They've been patient. In its full form, they have been patient. Here is a list of common contractions. These contractions are made up of the subject plus the past perfect tense auxiliary verb to have, which is had. This is the full list. Remember, when the two words are separate, they are referred to as being in their full form. I will read the words. I will pause. When I pause, you say the words. I had. I'd. Notice the apostrophe replaces the missing letters H and A. You had. You'd. Notice the apostrophe replaces the missing letters H and A. He had. He'd. Notice the apostrophe replaces the missing letters H and A. She had. She'd. Notice the apostrophe replaces the missing letters H and A. It had. It'd. Notice the apostrophe replaces the missing letters H and A. We had. We'd. Notice the apostrophe replaces the missing letters H and a. They had. They'd. Notice the apostrophe replaces the missing letters H and A. Here are some examples in sentences. By reading them in sentences, we can understand the meaning through context. In these sentences, it is being used to show an action that happened. It also shows that in the past, one action happened before another. I will read the sentence. I will pause. When I pause, you say the sentence. I'd already eaten when she arrived. In its full form, I had already eaten when she arrived. You'd left by the time I got here. In its full form, you had left by the time I got here. It had rained all night. In its full form, it had rained all night. We'd never seen anything like it. In its full form, we had never seen anything like it. They'd just arrived when the show started. In its full form, they had just arrived when the show started. Let us is commonly used in English expressions like, let us go to the park. Let us consider this problem. In these examples, it is often contracted in speech or informal writing to let's. The order shows formally that us is the object of let, and let is in the imperative mood. The imperative mood means giving a command, an order, instructions, making requests, or offer invitations. Functionally, let us works like we plus verb, expressing that we are going to do something together. But we don't say we go. We say let's go. Rewrite these sentences using contractions. 1. I am going to the store. 2. They are studying for their exam. 3. She is very tired today. 4. We are going to the park. 5. He is watching television. 6. It is a good idea. 7. I have seen that movie before. 8. He has already eaten lunch. 9. You have never tried it. 10. They have been helpful. Pause the video. The next slide contains the answers. Check your answers. 1. I'm going to the store. I am becomes I'm. 2. They're studying for their exam. They are becomes their. 3. She's very tired today. She is becomes she's. 4. We're going to the park. We are becomes we're. 5. He's watching television. He is becomes he's. 6. It's a good idea. It is becomes its. 7. I've seen that movie before. I have becomes I've. 8. He's already eaten lunch. He has becomes he's. 9. You've never tried it. You have becomes you've. 10. They've been helpful. They have becomes they've. Here is an extender for anybody who would like a challenge. Write these sentences and the contractions in their full form. 1. I'm ready for the meeting. 2. She's written a beautiful poem. 3. They're waiting outside. 4. We're working on the new project. 5. They've already seen it. 6. You'd planned to leave early when they arrived. Pause the video. The next slide contains the answers. Check your answers. 1. I am ready for the meeting. I'm in its full form is I am. 2. She has written a beautiful poem. She's in its full form is she has. 3. They are waiting outside. They're in its full form is they are. 4. We are working on the new project. We're in its full form is we are. 5. They have already seen it. They've in its full form is they have. 6. You had planned to leave early when they arrived. You'd in its full form is you had. Thank you for watching this video. Watch it as many times as you need to master the intended learning outcomes. I hope that the content helps you to learn more about contractions made up of a subject plus auxiliary and linking verbs. There will be more lessons to explore further. Please like and subscribe for more lessons. There is a lot to learn, so don't give up. Keep believing in yourself and you will learn. See you next time. Bye.